Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the water pump. As you can see, I'm on the road, so I just want to show you that it's not something really difficult to do if you are like a traveler. You just need the right tools to do it. So basically what we need to do to access the water pump, first of all we have to drain the water, take the oil out, we need to take this cover out, and then we need to take this cover out. Then we need to remove the gear level, we need to remove this peg, and we need to remove clutch level. There's something to take consideration here is I just made a modification of an oil hard line that go through here. So what I did, I replaced it with a high pressure hydraulic hose, and that will make just remove the clutch cover much more easy. Okay, I'm gonna start by removing the oil from the side deposit. There you go. So you need to keep that washer, okay? Okay, now is the turn to the engine oil. Be careful because it's a washer. We need to drain all the water coolant out of the system. We need to take this screw and then all the water is gonna come through there. Before we do that, we need to remove the cap from the radiator, so it will let all the water to flow. Now let's release the clutch cable. And we're gonna unscrew this. Then we remove. Okay, now is the time for the left peg. There's 3 screws. There's 2 screws here and 1 here. Once we remove the peg, we have much more easy access to remove the level. That's it. Always when we work on the field, keep things tight. Okay, now I'm going to start to take all the screws from the side cover so we can remove the cover. For the hard line, you need to unscrew the one that is at the bottom there, and also I will advise you to release the hose from the oil tank, so it's going to be easy for you to remove the hard line. So now we're going to remove these 2 screws to take the water pump cover out. This one and this one. Remove the cover. We're going to secure it here so we can work. Now we're going to proceed to take all the screws out so we can take the cover out. And you can see how easy it is with this line and not the hard line. With hard line you're going to struggle a little bit more, but with this it's just make things so easy. Now it's a good chance also to take a look at your clutch. If the gasket is in perfect condition, so we're going to be able to reuse it. Otherwise you need also a new gasket. Here is the pinion of the water pump, and here is the other pinion and the shaft. So in order to remove the shaft, we need to take the pinion out, and we're going to push, and this is going to come out. You need to push a little bit this pinion out. That is held by this pin. There's also a washer here that we need to keep. Very important, this washer. Don't lose this washer. And here we go. Here's the water pump shaft. And here are the seals. So we need to take these seals out. Okay, once we remove the seals, we just need to clean up. We're ready to use a new shaft and seals. Another thing that you can do, I'm going to take this seal and this seal out, and I'm going to replace them with the new ones. We can use some grease. and then replace with a new one. Some grease. Perfect. New seals as well. Okay, now is the turn for the water pump. We're gonna start with the seals. This is a water pump kit that I bought, and it comes already with 2 seals, with a shaft, with a propeller. I'm not gonna replace the pinions because, as you can see, they are in perfect shape. Sometimes when they get worn out, these ones are like a little bit bent. All of them bent to one side or to the other one, or they might be broken or just a miss one. So in that case, you need to replace both pinions. But in this case, as you can tell, it's in perfect shape, so there's no needs. I'm just gonna replace the shaft with the propeller and the 2 seals. So we're gonna start with the 2 seals. Okay, one seal is for the oil and the other seal is for the water. The inside is going to be for the oil and the outside is going to be for the water. I'm going to use the black one for the oil, and I'm going to use this one for the water. So it's very controversial now because some people are saying, like, in between seals, first the seals, they go this way, face each other. Why? Because the pressure from the water and from the oil makes this to kind of tight to the shaft. So the very controversial thing now is there's some people that say that you have to put a lot of grease in between here, and some other people, they don't use grease. According to BMW manual on instructions, they said you have to fill all this gap in between both with grease. There's this whip hole here that is going to let us know if either we have an oil problem or a water problem with the seals, or maybe just a worn shaft from either side. It can be from the water side or from the oil side. So when we start to see some drops falling from here, it's because something is kind of worn out. It can be the shaft or one of the seals. So we're going to proceed now to put the seals inside. For this, I will advise you to use silicone grease, Molykote 111. I'm going to use some silicone grease just inside here to lubricate the contact with the shaft. Just a tiny bit here inside. First is we're gonna tap to put it all the way down, and then we should be able to see the hole here from the whip hole. So that means that the seal is all the way in. As you can see, we can now get to see some of the whip hole. So that means if we have a leak through here, it's going to go through the whip hole, and it's going to let us know that we have a problem on the shaft or with the seal. So we're going to keep on pushing a little bit further down. I think we're pretty much good with this seal. Yes, I'm going to show you how the whip hole is there, and you can see showing up there. So that means this is free. It's perfect there. We're going to install now the other seal. We're going to add some grease there. Try not to cover the whip hole with grease, otherwise it will block, it will not let the leak go through. This one, we just have to put it flush there, okay? Not all the way in, because again, we don't need to cover the whip hole. We need to keep the space in between these two seals. I'll put some good amount there. So as you can see, it's perfect there. It had to be flush, okay? Doesn't need to go all the way in. And we can test if the whip hole is free. Let's grab a toothpick and we put it in. That means they went all the way in through. So the whip hole passage is free. So now is the time to slide the shaft. We're gonna grease a little bit as well the shaft. I mean, it's already there, but we're gonna grease a little bit. This one goes there. Through there. Perfect. So we need to slide this one, then this, and we need to lock it there. That's it. Good. So this is pretty much it. Now we need to put the cover in. There is a trick for the cover, okay? I'm gonna show you. Now it's time to put the clutch cover back in. It's very important that we'll put this in this position, the thread facing there to the right. We put some grease here if you want to keep it in place. Okay. It's very important the position that I told you about that pin, and then realizing like that thread goes, that pin goes in here and there's a thread here as well. So we just move a little bit here until we find the point that engage and slice the cover in, okay? I'm gonna show you how. So there's no need to push very strong with your hand or push the cover in. If we push in too much, this pin is gonna go inside and it's not gonna engage the clutch, okay? Okay, here we go with the clutch cover. We have to play also with this gear. So for that gear, we play moving the propeller, and it's gonna move until engage. There you go. Good, good. It's in. So make sure it's in. Gauge. Yeah, it's in. Okay, then we're gonna proceed to put all the screws. according to this. Okay, now we're gonna put the water pump cover. For this, I'm gonna use just a little bit of silicone here, just a little bit. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video was helpful. Please subscribe and give me a like so I can keep up with these videos coming. Have a safe ride.